Yo, what's up, everybody? J-Rock, what's up?
Hey, just making sure I'm coming through clear.
Crystal clear, crystal,
Okay.
crystal. How is everyone? You guys can just
Awesome.
wave. You can respond, but everybody else can wave. Um, yeah, we're getting some people in. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, J-Rock, for your help putting this together. Really appreciate you.
Of course.
Okay, let's see. Oh crap. Okay. Sorry, guys. I thought I'd take it outside. It's not a rainy day, but it's a beautiful day in LA. Let's get some more people in here. Can you guys hear me all right? You could just like wave if you can hear me. Nice, nice, nice. Phenom, phenom. Um, Sweet. J-Rock, when do you think we should start?
You want to give it just like a minute or two just to make sure
Yeah,
that you
sure.
can log on?
Sure, 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 sure.
Okay.
I feel like we need like music, hold music or something.
We need you to be DJ and Dev.
Yeah, I know. Thankfully, I know how to do both actually. But yeah, I mean, if you guys don't know my background, you should know it. But if you don't know it, I have made. Um, my last startup was a Web3 music startup with AI. Collaborated with NVIDIA, Stability AI researchers, just like top of the line, the best researchers in AI in the world. Um, and we're here now. So, yeah, I actually do like to DJ. We've made several AI programs that can DJ for you, actually. So, all right, let's
Oh,
see. One, two, three, four. Yeah, everyone's coming in. I think I'm gonna send another notif
okay.
on X, and then let's see. Oh yeah, my bad. Asterisks. Let's see. Just inviting a couple more. Invite. Invite. Let's go. Sweet. Someone's birthday. A holder said it's her birthday today, so Bulldog Solitaire Gold.
Oh, shout out to her. Happy birthday.
Hey, let's go. Um, cool. We're getting more people in here. Wait, Aspects, can you say anything? Let's see. I invited you. He's like, I don't want to say shit. I'm just here to help. Okay. No worries, fam. No worries. Um,
You ready to get started?
yeah.
All right. So I think this is the first opportunity we've had to have a space with you. You've been kind of heads down building. It's been a few weeks since we've like just had major beta testing going on with the wider community and and you in the chat. So this is our chance to ask you questions, get some updates, and just get the latest information on what's going on with Rainmaker. And for those who are new to this project, let's just start with an overview. What is Rainmaker? What has it developed so far? And what's the current priority?
So Rainmaker is um, a new kind of AI agent system to where our true goal is how do we build an AI agent to where you can predict everything. And we started with predicting which tokens would bond. That's how Rainmaker came to be as a platform. And we have pivoted since then to predicting prediction markets, because anyone can take a step back and just see the huge potential for prediction markets and where they're headed. They have so much potential. Um, Meme coins, it's not like they've come to a standstill, but it's like predicting them has its limits. So in order for Rainmaker to scale, we're applying custom AI models that we've been building in house, not only to predicting which meme coins would be successful and which meme coins would graduate, but we're predicting prediction markets themselves. And I think that is super powerful. So if you had to sum it up, one sentence, Rainmaker predicts AI prediction markets and deploys AI agents to help you profit from them and capitalize on those prediction markets better than any human could.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Okay, so we've heard and seen some tweets about Cloud9. So can you give us some detail about what Cloud9 is and how the auto compounding feature will work?
Yeah, sure. Let me just get to a quieter place real quick. Sorry. Okay. Um, I think you mentioned auto compounding.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Um, Auto compounding is super, super powerful. I wanted to apply it to storms, but we didn't have enough time. And our node provider actually never stepped up and fixed the contracts for Jupiter on their end. So it never would have had an effect. Um, we've pivoted to prediction markets. So when your AI agent snipes a prediction market for a sports game, um, let's say your agent is betting that sports team A has 80% chance of winning, and that's correct, which means you made 20% profit. Um, what auto compounding does is super powerful. It takes a percentage of the profit that you made from the 20% and it applies it to the next investment that your AI agent will make. So basically, it would take 2% of the 20% of profit and it would increase your next position size by 2%. And it's a it's not risk free, but it's a low risk way of increasing your exposure through position size in a really smart way, to where you could start out with one soul per position for your AI agent. And after 10 trades of auto compounding, you could end up putting in 10 to 15 soul, depending on the return on investment per game that your agent wins. Um, so, yeah, it basically just compounds the profit by reinvesting a tiny portion of your profit. It's not even really noticeable. But I promise you'll notice it in 10 trades when you look up and your portfolio has ballooned in size and just become utterly massive.
Wow, that's amazing. I have to admit, I didn't really understand when you first posted about it. So I'm really,
Sorry.
really, really glad that you took the time to like explain it in full detail. But that is amazing. That sounds like a game changer.
Awesome. Yeah.
So,
We want to make it rain for everybody.
yeah. So let's talk about this flywheel because I know, we've mentioned that too. How does the flywheel scale if we move from 100 to 500 agents running daily? And then also, like, when will it start? What's the plan for rain that's bought? Will it be burned or used for an insurance fund, like previously discussed?
Right. So obviously, there's a couple of things for our flywheel. One of them being the Kalshi contract that we just signed. They actually offered us a new one too, so we have to see if it's more beneficial to us. It's a different kind of payout, but it's a payout nonetheless. I feel like if we got to um, maybe 1,000 users per day, then the payout from Kalshi would directly be anywhere from like $100,000 to $200,000 per the new contract. I think they actually saw how powerful we are as a community. So good job to you guys on that. Just amplifying the Kalshi partnership post, because they also offered us a new deal. So whether we choose to expose the facets of that contract, um, not sure yet, or if we choose to even sign that one, not sure yet. We actually have a meeting with Polymarket on Monday, another one, um, and we'll get to the badge things later. But in terms of Flywheel, um, scaling from 100 agents to 500 agents in prediction markets is much easier than it would have been for Storm, primarily because of a few different factors. Prediction markets, the potential to appeal to normies and people that have no exposure to crypto is just magnitudes higher than we are and meme coins. And number two, um, I think taking the fees from the Kalshi contract and reapplying them to our token, we're going to take 25% of the fees that we get and put them to token buybacks. And another major part of the flywheel that we're going to announce is going to be the C9 agent, like a central agent that is in control of a vault on chain that everybody will be able to see on chain and see how well it's performing, because I have utter confidence in how well these things will perform. I think they'll perform way better than Storms, and Storms had gotten several people 100% in profit or more. Um, but that flywheel is going to be utterly insane, because what we'll do is we'll take trading volume fees that we get in the liquidity pool, and we'll apply them to partially to token buybacks and then partially to the C9 agent, which is in control of the vault. And everyone will be able to see its performance. But the goal is to raise the stakes, get the central agent trading with $1,000 to $10,000 per trade, so that people can see the power of it, and have it start sniping prediction markets as soon as today. So I'm actually in charge of that one, obviously, putting it online. So for our flywheel, we have a few different sources of income. Just to boil it down again, because I know it's a lot of information, we're taking 25% of the fees from the Kalshi contract. We'll see what kind of deal we can make with Polymarket when I meet with them next week for the second time. And then we will also be taking a percentage of the trading volume from our Believe token and applying it to the token buybacks. Yes, I've already started that. Um, you may have seen a wallet with 400 plus buys or 800 plus buys. I've already started that. And then the other thing is that we're going to be taking a percentage of the trading volume and applying it to the central C9 agent. So we have as many revenue sources and fee structures as possible, so that we can put basically 25 to 50% of that back into the token to bolster our price. We have a serious well problem that I'd actually like to address. Like we have 1,000 holders, which is cool. Um, but realistically, we need to start outreach for more people that are smaller holders instead of just whales, because that's really going to bolster our price, along with just token buybacks and starting the flywheel from C9 agents and their fees going into the token. So I know that's a lot of information. We can break it down into subsequent questions, but yeah, we're looking good from here.
Yeah, that's great. As you were talking, what I was thinking would be helpful sometime is to have like some type of visual or some sort of diagram showing like all the different revenue sources that you just mentioned and how that's funneling into the flywheel.
Yeah, that's perfect. And you must have read my mind. I was working on that earlier today.
Oh,
Um, yeah. Funny enough, ChatGPT is a stupid idiot, and it was making a circular flywheel rectangular, and that really got on my nerves because I'm a perfectionist. But yeah, we just got to put it out.
Okay.
Graphic will definitely help.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so another question on Cloud9. Will it eventually aggregate all prediction markets into one AI dashboard?
I saw this question. Is there any more context for this question? Like, is it just like Polymarket, Kalshi, or
I'm assuming so. I didn't see any other context. But also as
cool?
a follow-up to that, are we just concentrating on sports, or will it eventually trade on all the other categories as
Oh,
well?
yeah, that makes sense. We're doing mentions markets next. We have an agent that I started prototyping last night. Um, mentions markets are going to be the next big thing in prediction markets. For now, sports are the leader, and if we want to get like literally, if we need millions of people onboarded to Rainmaker, which is our vision, we need the sports market. It's just what the average person gets all across the world. Uh, but yes, we'll move on to basically every other kind of market that your AI agent could profit from, as well as balancing that with, will the normal consumer get it? You know, if you have a normal consumer and your AI agent is betting on like how many BPS will the Fed increase interest rates by tomorrow, then they're not going to get it. But your AI agent would be profitable. So just trying to balance that. But more market soon, yes.
Okay, amazing. So the last question I have on this is, and I don't know how much you can disclose because I understand it's proprietary technology, but how does Cloud9 actually find arbitrage opportunities on Polymarket and Kalshi? What's the process behind it?
Sure. Um, so we have a fine-tuned AI model. Um, basically took one of the leading large language models, and instead of just making it a simple GPT wrapper, we created our own custom data set, fine-tuned it, and it's really good at basically outlining opportunities. And the same system that our arbitrage model is built on is actually the same for copy trading, and is actually the same for the sniper. And just being able to boil down differences between two different platforms, different markets that are semantically the same, but their words are different. And what that means is, like, let's say you have one market on Polymarket is, will the Chicago Bears win versus the Atlanta Falcons, and then on another one it says, um, I don't know, Falcons versus Bears, or like they're not lining up directly, but the AI is able to go in and line them up directly. Same thing for like, will the Fed increase interest rates by 50 BPS? You could say on another one, will will the Fed uh, increase interest rates by 0.05%? It would be the same, or 0.5%. It would be the same. Um, yeah, so it's able to just look at the semantic differences and determine, is it the same opportunity, and then it has like a rule set of making sure that they align, making sure they resolve around the same time, and all the nuances are straight in order. Yeah.
So just to follow up on that, if I'm a user and I toggle on my Cloud9, right? Is it just going to look for these different trades no matter, regardless of the category? It's just going to go in, whether it's sports, whether it's mentioned markets, it's just going to go in and snipe these trades, and all I have to do is turn on a switch.
Basically, yes. All you have to do is turn on the switch, and it'll do everything for you. You just need to make sure to, of course, like enter in like how much you wanted to invest in. You're good. And right now, it only does sports, but we're going to be expanding into the future, mentions markets and other categories. But yeah, turn it on, put in how much you wanted to invest. Um, forward tests have given us like a 90% win rate with the sniper. I expect anywhere from 80 to 90, 92-ish percent real time with multiple people being on. Yeah, very simple. Turn it on, you're good.
Awesome. Okay, so let's move on to the subject of testing and the launch timeline. Can you kind of just walk us through that, what that looks like this week? I know you talked about opening up C9 to some users today. And so if you could just walk us through the structure of what that whole process will look like.
Yeah, sure. Um, yeah, again. So today we're onboarding the first users to C9, which is super exciting. Um, I think we pivoted really quickly. We pivoted in like 2 weeks, and now we have our own custom AI model. And the first users are getting onboarded today if you have Kalshi. Uh, so over the next few days, we'll be working on onboarding those first users that have Kalshi accounts and connecting them to their Rainmaker accounts. When you connect, you'll see your Kalshi balance, or you should see your Kalshi balance in there. If you don't, let me know. And you'll know that you're fully connected. You can turn your sniper on, and it'll just start sniping sports games. And its job right now for anybody that's getting onboarded is just to snipe the winner before the winner wins, basically. Like predict the winner of a sports game, and you make money. That's it. So if you have a Kalshi account, or if you're able to create a Kalshi account, you'll be onboarded today. And if you have over 3 million rain too, of course. Moving forward over the next few days, we're going to be seeing how this system works, how well it works, and then we'll be expanding user onboarding to Polymarket users, or basically the rest of the world, uh, the rest of the universe that is eligible for prediction markets. So the next 3 days looks like onboarding users in Kalshi, and then starting with Polymarket. Um, I'm hoping to very soon announce the other partnership that we have. It's a unique partnership. This advisor has just killed it. But I'm trying my best to respect their wishes as well. They've already tried to be active, and the amount of connections and guidance they've already given us behind the scenes is immense. Um, and yeah, that's planned for soon, but that's not something that I can necessarily rush, but it's something that will have a huge impact once it comes to light. Um, So the next week looks like onboarding, getting everyone's snipers turned on, and I want to place a real emphasis on the only job that we have to do after we turn it on is just share the P&L cards, get them obliterating our timeline, like just make it flood on our timeline of how powerful the sniper agents are. And when the rest of the world sees the P&L cards, I think it'll have serious network effects of attracting people to invest in our token, as well as just try the technology. Um, we don't have a whole lot that we have to actually do for us to be successful here. It's just get people onboarded, turn your sniper agents on, let them predict which games, you know, will be won by which teams, profit and share the profit as P&L cards on your timeline, and we'll scale.
Okay, so there was also talk about getting to 1,000 users per day soon. But since accessing an agent currently requires 3 million, how do you plan to align mass adoption with this access model? Will there be new tiers, rentals, or some other structure?
Yeah, that's an amazing question. So this is actually what I've been talking with one of our advisors about that has just tons of knowledge, hands-on with helping, I think, literally $1 trillion company scale, and scale in a gamified way, which is really important to us. um, we got to do a few things. We have to move on from just Phantom as a sign up, right? We need to basically use Gmail, Apple, or Android to sign up. Number two, we need to, well, we need to expand on our partnership with Hyperswap AI, because now users can come to our homepage and buy Rain directly. Cool, but it needs to go a little bit further. So what we'll be rolling out is the ability working with Hyperswap AI will have the ability for you to actually buy Rain directly from fiat currency. So that should help us scale to a lot more people from there. And number three, the most important, is opening up some sort of tier system. And the new pricing, along with the flywheel visual, I'm trying to make it come today. Um, and the latest will come out tomorrow. That will expose a lot about the new pricing mechanics of the AI copy trader, for instance, in C9 will cost less, right? The arbitrage will be part of the vault that we're going to fund, um, but that may also cost less. And then, of course, the sniper that'll remain at 3 million Rain, but the other two features will cost less and enable more people to come on. So the flow will look like this: normies will come on, they can sign up with their Gmail, they heard their friend, is able to watch mad sports games, and not only watch them for entertainment value, but they'll make money from them easily with their AI agent on Rainmaker. And all they need to do is sign up with their Gmail, uh, buy a couple 100,000 Rain with fiat currency, US dollars, forints, whatever, um, and they're good to go. They toggle on a switch and they're good, and profit. Simple as that. That's how we, in my mind, and for our vision, and from our inner circle and team and our advisors, have advised us to move forward so that we can scale and start opening this up to not even just 1,000 users. The goal is thousands of users, right?
Perfect. Okay, let's move on to some partnerships questions because I think this is a good segue. So, without, I know there's some things that you can and can't disclose, but what type of partnerships can we expect?
So we can expect um, a super amazing advisory partnership that's already begun. But when it comes to light, is we're dealing with some paperwork and things like that on the back end, to make sure that the contract that we have with this person is locked and sealed, and then we will have a huge marketing campaign afterwards. That's one of them. Another that we're still pursuing is Polymarket. They've expressed interest in us again, and we're trying our best to see what we can do on that end with them. But I would suspect that can come to light soon after we come to some sort of understanding, an agreement. Probably, I don't want to put a timer on it, but I'm gonna have to assume this one. But I wouldn't put it out more than days. It's not like a week thing, or definitely not a monthly thing. Thank God. So, and the Kalshi thing, they've offered us a new contract. I can't really expose the details of that yet. We're having our lawyer and advisors look over that as well. So it's like the Kalshi one, that's obvious. Hyperswap, cool, that's happened. But we're going to expand it to where people can buy it with, Rain with fiat. Um, that'll bolster our token price, trust. And then we have the advisory from someone that's been department head at a $1 trillion company, and then who's helping us scale behind the scenes and make new connections for partnerships, I might add. And then we're talking to Polymarket about some sort of way to integrate with their ecosystem. So you might see a badge from us with Polymarket soon. Who knows? We'll see, if it makes sense. And I want to touch on the Kalshi badge situation too, because I feel like you're going to segue there. Um, if you want to, you can just ask me the question about it, and I can address it.
No, I know there was a lot of questions around that. Like, are we going to get the badge? People saw the announcement, and I think it was the other day where there was like a list of different creators and companies that you started seeing the badges pop up. So, yeah, if you can address that situation.
For sure. So I think we actually have a similar partnership, if not better than, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, the Sire Agent. But they announced their partnership days before um, the whole builder system ecosystem thing happened, and we weren't really supposed to do that. Kalshi invited us all there, and it's like, hey, you're the best builders for Kalshi. Um, how can we enable you guys? How can we blah blah blah? The main thing with this is that they have a no token policy. No token. If you have a token, they cannot publicly support us, which really sucks. Like, it really sucks. But we also have something the people with badges don't have. We have a custom revenue share agreement. We have a fully signed and executed agreement for how we can do business moving forward, which I believe is it's not as sexy, but it's way more powerful and will generate way more income for us and for our token. Um, Once these things start rolling out, we'll actually be able to reinvest the fees because we have a revenue share agreement or a user acquisition agreement. That's amazing. That's way more powerful than a badge. But that explains the badge. No badges for Kalshi because they have a no token policy because of their compliance and regulatory issues and stuff like that. They're not able to support anybody that has that, um, like in a not an aesthetic way, but like in a visual way. They're not able to market or support or promote any tokens,
Got it.
but they definitely are marketing and supporting us literally and behind the scenes with their custom agreement. I do want to add that.
That's super bullish.
Very, very.
Okay, and then lastly on this topic, so what role, I think it was mentioned about a month ago that Rainmaker won a utility award from Meteorite Collective. So can you kind of detail for us what role will they play in helping us market once we're launched?
For sure. Once we're fully launched, we can look forward to like commercials from them because their video team is amazing. They're actually working on a new video series that we're in that should come out soon. Um, but specifically video content and marketing content, moving visuals that help market us. That's their capacity of how they can help us and the terms of our partnership, basically. Um, so yeah, we have their continued support, and they're gonna put out really cool videos for us. And I'm thinking, um, I know we kind of started this, but I feel like Trench God has the dopest visuals. What we're trying to do is we're trying to compile the coolest visuals that you guys make, like Trench God, CM, and we're trying to compile them so that Meteorite basically has visual assets combined with the dashboard going live for C9 so that they can make a really cool commercial for us um, by top of next week. So,
That's so cool. Yes, Trench God is the GOAT with the content. He has been
yeah, he
spinning
is
up so many different
the GOAT.
videos,
The
and they're
GOAT.
all so dope.
I know. They're crazy.
Okay, so let's talk about long-term vision. Where do we see Rainmaker in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a year?
Um, you know what's funny? It's like every day I'm starting to realize just how big prediction markets will be. Um, we have to take a step back and look at sports betting. Sports betting is still wildly popular and is the go-to way for any person to gamble. Like, I know we're used to gambling on chain basically, and Rainmaker is here to make it to where you don't have to gamble. You have AI that is there to assist you, so that it's less of a gamble and more of a guarantee. Um, what we want to do over the next month, 3 months, 6 months, is show the rest of the world how powerful AI can be if it's not just ChatGPT, if it's not just help me on my homework, if it's not just help me in a job interview, if it's not just give me a recipe, if it's not just help me code this thing. We want to show the rest of the world how powerful AI can be in terms of literally sports betting, literally people that are gambling with their funds now that don't need to if they knew that Rainmaker existed. So over the next 1, 3, 6 months, you're going to see us scale into a multi-million-dollar company, bringing on advisors that are helping us get together things like a fundraising round, and just scaling in general to the broader market of people that don't have crypto exposure, but people that have plenty of exposure into sports betting, and prediction markets in those arenas. That is our primary goal. That is the basically our chief goal um, that we want to accomplish. that will take us really far, um, just by cracking open that normie market, making it easier to sign in and sign up for Rainmaker, making it easier to use your regular fiat government currency to buy Rain on our website, making the UI sexier, more appealing, easier to use, and easier to profit. Making the whole thing more entertaining, where we coordinate with live sports games and then somehow we sync the UI up that way, and all you have to do is toggle it on and profit. Like, that is how we scale. The normies are going to become our users, and we'll have waves and waves of them, multitudes, and we'll be able to scale from there. And I'm very bullish that our token will reflect that, like no other ICM ever has.
I don't think people realize, I think we were having this conversation the other day of the passive income opportunity here. I mean, I think about like how many hours I've spent in the trenches staring at charts, losing
Right.
sleep, like,
Same,
and
same.
just to like be able to toggle on a switch and something's trading for you and you're profitable, like that's amazing. Are you considering developing specialized perps agents that can trade perpetual futures with leverage on Solana?
We are interested in, and we're in talks with a couple of different protocols right now. It's funny, like a couple of different prediction markets on Solana are hitting us up to partner right now. They're literally in our DMs. So shout out to them. We'll see what we can do. But we're talking to protocols on the lows to see if we can um, somehow apply leverage to prediction markets. And if that happens to be on Solana, sure. Um, right now, the goal is not necessarily Solana, because you need crypto exposure to be able to understand the market that we're in. But it's just like normies. So definitely like think perps, but in terms of prediction markets, um, sports games, you know, football matches where you have $20 million in volume in a single night, uh, some sort of leverage trading there.
Okay. And are there other untapped markets that you plan to create bots for, that we haven't previously discussed?
Um, in terms of like moving beyond prediction markets or
Yes.
deeper. Oh,
Or are
okay.
we looking to just specifically grow Cloud9 and Storm?
We're growing Cloud9 and Storm for now, and we'll actually stick with this for a long time. Like, I see us doing this product lineup for the next 6 months to year until we add more agents to Cloud9, until we scale to normies and we figure out how to do bigger partnerships. Like, we should be partnering with NFL. We should be, um, like Kaushi's like, hey, depending on the volume that you do, we could do a really big partnership. So it's like, I don't like, that's just going to depend on how soon we scale and flesh things out. Um, and the markets that we come in contact with may be a spur of the moment thing, or they might be premeditated, right? Um, yeah, I mean, right now, this is all we are focusing on. This is it. Cloud9, Storm, that's it. But we definitely feel like, I mean, our slogan is predict everything, right? So it's like, uh, if I want to give a little bit of insight into what we're kind of developing behind the scenes, like I mentioned, the mentions market agent is coming next for prediction markets. That's going to be part of C9. But beyond that, we're interested in developing some sort of AGI, um, and just in general training a model that can tie in abstract ways every single prediction market together, to make some sort of meta prediction market model. Um, and I feel like I'm speaking like an alien language to everyone. So yeah, big plans, but Cloud9 and Storm for now.
Sounds good. That was the last of my questions that I gathered from the chat. Do you want to open it up to
But
questions?
yeah, of course. Let's do it. Let's do it. I guess we can.
If anyone wants to raise their hand, we'll bring you up.
Yeah, cue the music.
Get on it, DJ.
I thought Hunter raised his hand, but it's just a yellow banana.
Oh,
No one? No one? Anyone in Discord, maybe? Let me check.
or if no one, I mean, we can just give it a few days and have another space,
Oh, yeah. That's
in the
amazing.
future.
Yeah. We should do these every few days,
Yeah,
for sure. Let's see. Okay. Awesome. Um, thank you, J Rock.
of
Thank
course.
you, everybody. It was an amazing space. We will get on and get back to work. Uh, and I guess resume onboarding people the rest of today. So if you have Kalshi, or if you're at least eligible for Kalshi and you have 3 million Rain, um, or if you're through Zali's special referral program, just DM us, hit us on Discord, message us anywhere in Discord, and we will get you set up in the 3 million plus chat, and we'll get you onboarded, especially if you're eligible for Kalshi today, and expect the next couple days, 2 to 3 days for Polymarket. And then, guys, from there, it's just marketing the hell out of these PNL cards, and we'll see the, um, I think we'll see good effects for our token price. We'll see the token price rise because of that. Because people will want something that's entertaining that just makes them money for sports games. So, super appreciate everyone. Hit us up, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Rain family. Talk to you later.
Peace. Bye, guys.